Hello, America. Hello, world. Hello, YouTubers. And most of all, hello, red brick people of this realm. Here we are, sitting in my cell, in my castle, sounding off in the black mirror. Doing this on the fly, and I'll tell you why. When your heart is heavy and things click in your mind, you know it's time to just sit there for a second and unwind. So, I want to share a little thought in regard to red bricks and the history of meltology and the quest that ensued in my mind and in my life since the discovery that all the mountains are melted buildings. But we could first perhaps turn that down a bit so we don't overstep my voice. Sometimes I screw my audio up and I want to waste a lot of time screwing stuff up. I don't have all the answers, folks, but I'm going to tell you that we've all been tricked. And it's essential that we start looking at what meltologists are talking about. And I say this because after several years of following people who are meltologists in this realm and becoming a meltologist myself, we utilize the red bricks and it helps to show us the path of truth. First of all, to geology, to archaeology, volcanology, to most of those ologies that are gobbledygook, just convoluted garbage nonsense about tectonic plates and so forth. Just like our convoluted history about Indians living in tents and this and that, and this pretense that these many Native Americans walk around today believing that they lived in tents. And I tell you, they were FEMA camps and they were running, and there was buildings everywhere. Every capital in America was already here when this land was being taken over by a group of people. And as you study the red bricks and look all over this realm, it's all the same. They're wrecking the red brick buildings in Ukraine as we speak, in Scotland as we speak, in Michigan as we speak. Everywhere of the red brick past, they're busy trying to destroy. They just did in Waterford, old red brick infrastructure they had down on the Clinton River that was for harnessing electricity and power, that was engineered way back when this land was taken. After the meltdown, a group of people have been shitting down all of our throats for a long time. And what I'm going to say is, I want you to help me find answers. We need more people involved because as a collective we become powerful. So I was looking at some of the top 10 landowners in America, right? And I have a channel called Chief Joseph, and he was on my heart, and I'll give you a little rundown in the timeline of Chief Joseph. Here's a cat. He was given this name. His forefathers were killed off, but he must have had enough information, because he had what they want to call a medicine bag and so forth on him in regard to that our government has taken from him and kept him long enough around to help people understand electricity. Okay? And that's a fact. And all these buildings were capable of harnessing electricity. Well, the type of cuneiform, if you will, or writing in regard to what was on that tablet that Chief Joseph has, was about electricity and the arc and cathodes. They'll give you a gobbledygook of what it's about, but if you start doing an investigation on your own, you will begin to start seeing that the convoluted history of Native Americans is a lie, completely. And you do the trace route in regard to land, just the top 10. You could just do the top 10 landowners, and we'll give you an example of just one here real quick. One of the top 10 is the King Ranch. Okay, I'm just going to give you a quick brief scenario of the King Ranch Incorporated, right? The King Ranch is the largest ranch in Texas, okay, and it's located between Corpus Christi and Brownsville. Okay, I've been to Brownsville, been to Corpus Christi, Galveston Island, know the area pretty good for just hanging out for a couple of years there. It was founded in 1853. Did you hear that, folks? Again, founded in 1853 by Captain Richard King and Gideon K. Lewis. Okay, they found this, folks. Do you hear me? Found it. They didn't pay nobody nothing for nothing. They just said they just found it. All on that land was buildings already, folks. Our meltologist groups challenge anybody in architecture and any theology. You know, our meltologists will challenge you all. We'll go to these areas and will conclusively prove that these families are the ones behind it, and they're still in power today. And it wasn't that long ago. You see, they founded in 1853. See, so it's a series from probably, they added 1,000 years to our timeline. So like in regard to my mind's eye, it was like the year 91 when this group of individuals began trying to allocate all the red brick buildings in the world. See? And they're all related. All these governments are related. And so anyway, back to the King Ranch here. So it was founded, we just said, in 1853. Their heirs are still in control of the ranch to this day, whose operations include ranching, farming, hunting, as well as gas and oil production and operations. Also, the ranch is the largest orange juice producer in the United States of America. Okay, they got almost 1 million acres, folks. Okay, 215,000 acres. This family has allocated illegally. I don't care what kind of you show me on the books. All you Native Americans know, and we know that they got this illegally by killing people. Okay, their descendants did. Okay, now let's just look at, what kind of tax these people have to pay on that many acres of land. Nothing. They didn't buy it in the first place. So how was it theirs? See, we could go on and on. So I'm saying these things to try to wake up the Native Americans in our America that believe the gobbly-gob convoluted story that you lived in tents and so forth. There was beautiful buildings everywhere. Everywhere, folks. I don't care what community you go into. This America, and there's beautiful buildings. There's still some abandoned ones in the woods all over the place. We got guys like Mark, Dean, Fervent Heat, Laughing Eagle, Spartan Red. We have so many people. We have Deborah, the red brick chick in Australia, showing the same thing, the same story there. The same migration of England, and that's one of the largest landowners in the world. The stinking bloody queen who caused so much hell on earth with their God story that they're raised up. That queen who just died, she wasn't, not until after she was put the throne on her head was she even educated. She had not a clue about the world, and she believed the gobbledygook that was rammed down her through the rudiments and conditions of men, that she is chosen and God appointed her and all this other horse shit. You know what? I'll tell you what, folks, and you Christians, if you think God appointed those loser royals, then there is no God, and you're all convoluted, misinformed dumbasses in this realm that we live in. So, just like the same dumbasses who are trying to weaponize this anti-Semitism agenda that them same freaks create to cause division within the ranks of Native Americans, with the ranks of black and white. Raise up one, knock the other. What did we hear for the last couple of years? It's the white Christian male that was attacked. And, the nationalists and the white supremacists. Well, these same groups are the ones that cry this anti-Semitism stuff and create this propaganda. Let me tell you something. They don't have a clue. They don't have a clue. Look, I read an article from 1941, and it was in the Atlantic, and it was a big write-up about anti-Semitism in America, and in the world for that matter. But it's the same thing. When you have a group of people who look at the book that they read, the Talmud, right? It tells them not to be usury and all this other evil stuff they do, and they do. And look at our pharmaceutical industry. Look how evil that's become and is. It's the Leviathan beast. And we all fall victim to those people, just like Native Americans fell victim to family bloodlines of this, from the royal side of the water, right? With this Captain Richard King Gideon and Kay Lewis, those dirtbags who are still here, still crapping down people's throats, have that much stuff. See? That's evil, man. That's just one, folks. We could go on. Bill Gates is on that list. 2 million. So many other dirtbags are on that list. You know what I mean? Let's see. We'll take a look here at some of the top 10 here real quick. Let's see. Got an image somewhere. Yeah, we'll take a look at that here. We'll get that up in the air. Okay, what we'll do real quick, we'll transition that over there. Let's see. We'll close the studio mode. Let me get rid of that red brick cover. And take a look here. Look at here. We got just some numbers. Okay? John Malone. Look at that. 2,200,000 acres. Ted Turner, 2 million acres. Emerson family, 1 million. Stan Kroenig, 1 million. Reed family, 1 million. Irving family, 1 million. Singleton family, 1 million. Brad Kelly, 1 million. And down further is Bill Gates and so forth. But there's the King Ranch as well. Isn't this some absurd stuff? They founded it. Huh? They've just found it, in 1853 there, with all these buildings all over the place and these people living everywhere. We got skulls everywhere and convoluted history. Who showed us all these things? Red bricks. Red bricks showed us with their convoluted history, their architectural lies of this age and Victorian age and Gothic age. No, this is just different goobly gop they did to the outside facades after they've taken them over. Okay? That's what that is. We have meltologists that will show you these things. They will show you the facts. They will show you that we're all living on melted buildings. All of it. Not some of it. All of it. Okay? It's much of it's still underwater. Okay? So, and then when our community and the truther community goes in there, like in Tonga, for example, to show you more of the red brick past that looks like capitals here in America and so forth, it all of a sudden blows up by a volcano there, right, folks? See? And look, the red brick community talked about everything going over there in Chernobyl. It was all there in the past, and nuclear's a lie and so forth. What do you see now? They're blowing up Ukraine, knocking out all the beautiful red brick buildings and taking over the energy infrastructure there. That's from the past, folks. That's from the past. We've only re-engineered stuff. That's it. And it's up to us all to start waking up one another and stop with the division. Don't buy what the news tells you with their hocus pocus and all their goobly gop of the rumors of wars. They create them, folks, and make money on both sides. It's a big fleecing to milk the cow. And those in charge right now, that's all they do is milk the cow. Let's look at any leader you can show me in our Americas that hasn't just there to milk the cow. They do nothing. We got this dirtbag. We have a dirtbag in our state governor that we have no real law officials and no real men or cops or anything. They could look at the Constitution and see that our governor violated the Constitution. She should have been jailed immediately and locked up in jail. Instead, those constituents of her and those people in power who put her in power, they get a bunch of people to CIA, FBI to misinform a bunch of dumbass Michiganders, to give them a little bit of loot, to get them going forward, to even get them to take it all away, and they get locked up, and all of a sudden, where's this FBI agent? Why isn't he locked up? They're the ones that started the whole thing. See? We have laws to say they can create propaganda and not be prosecuted for it. See? Something's gone wrong, folks, and it's up to us to start waking up everybody. Not worldwide. This is a worldwide problem, and these people are all linked. Look, I just told you the Queen had how many billions of acres? See? So, it's time we start saying we. See, wheat. And they are the tares. And, hey, for those who believe, no. It starts with a thought and begins with a vibration. And I send this vibration truth out, that if you start investigating just some of what I just talked about, you will see that those family lines are still here, the pharaonic losers of this world who crap down all of our throats. So, we said a lot, but we could talk for a week, month, and a year just about that. But I urge you all to check out these channels like Spartan Red, my Red Brick channel, the Tartarian Meltdown, Melted Reality, the Red Brick Chick out of Australia. So many people are now aware and showing you conclusive evidence every time they're on, and their numbers counts are low, and it's so overwhelming. If the general public could become aware of this, of this topic they're talking about, it would be the top television program watched ever in the world, because we'd be taking a convoluted history and showing you the truth just through red bricks and allowing you to see and make up your own mind. It didn't take me but maybe 1 or 2 videos, and I already had it set in my mind when I was hitchhiking that some of these structures look like something melted them, and they indeed look like buildings. I said that when I was 19 years old, but didn't have a clue or a thought that all the mountains are melted buildings. Not some of them, folks. All of them. There's no such thing as islands, caves. It's all melted buildings. When we have these sinkholes, it's melted building collapsing underneath as a result of water, decay, or whatever, sheer weight that man starts putting on these melted buildings. Because all the mountains are melted buildings. And you see that hot stuff, that's leftover stuff from the meltdown. It didn't happen that long ago. It's all convoluted history. Just pure crap from a bunch of dirt balls. Now think about this, folks. Here's food for thought. Our historians are all pieces of dirt. They don't know how to do no journalism. We have a bunch of red brick people in the meltology realm who do better legwork than all of them combined. And not one of them would look at somebody claiming, why wouldn't every journalist in the whole world want to look at all the mountains are melted buildings? Even if one person said that, let alone thousands now are saying that. Why wouldn't one journalist open the arena? Instead, they have on Netflix now ancient something or ancient apocalypse or some shit like this, where some douchebag says, I'm not a geologist, I'm not that, and he wants to try to break down what the red brick past was about. And I tell you, that's them again, putting in fake truthers to try to give you some more convoluted nonsense, when we, the red brick people, are showing you the truth daily. We've taught you about um, bricks that can be turned to batteries. We taught the world about gathering electricity from the air, from water, from fire, through gas, explosive, implosive, um, mercury fountains. It was just a glorious place, and some say it was just electrical surge or so forth. I want to, in my mind's eye, I want to believe that it was the voice of God that melted this realm. Okay, that's personally what I want to believe, because it seemed like very poignant how it was done. He targeted those who are mounting up the highest to the realm, and left many things behind in the melt. A very miraculous way through electricity was this realm melted, a vibration, if you will. And in the Word of God, I know it's convoluted, but we can go through things and it makes sense in our realm. That in that word, he said, I will leave you homes that you didn't build. I will leave you cities that you didn't build. Wells that you didn't dig. Where? Everywhere. Everywhere the meltologists of the world are pointing to. Your city, where they say that was a mercury, or a fountain, or a railroad area. It doesn't matter. It was already here. We've just built upon it. And we have skulls to prove it. Go look at the Catholic Church. Go look at Italy and Spain, and you'll see them saying the same thing. There's over 50,000 abandoned villages in Spain, in Italy, from the past. And you see it will trace right back down to the royals in the Catholic Church again. See, with this holy wars and this dark ages. Well, I'm shedding some light on the dark ages. The dark ages were when they was killing more people, introducing all kinds of gobbledygook in our world fairs about incubator babies and what they're doing. And we had all these 250,000 orphans running around in our realm as a result of what? People taking over this land again, folks. See? That's the descendants we deal with. Those are the people who are still in charge today. You see? Well, I sure hope so. Well, that was a quick little look about just, a quick investigation into it. And I urge everybody to do more, to look into it. If you're comfortable, look at our law agencies. You should all be ashamed of yourselves. Everybody in law agencies. We should already have, even the former president, Donald Trump, we the people convict a dirtbag politician of shitting down our throats here in Michigan, and he doesn't do his sentence, he's pardoned. And that's pure crap. And all the money that was wasted, chasing this criminal who was doing things, and all those people who got paid and all that should come out of Donald Trump's pocket. Okay? He should have to pay for that right away. And we the people should have laws to say no president should have the ability to pardon nobody. It's our government. It should be our decision. And I say, no pardon for his ass. Let God forgive him. There's hundreds of crimes yet we don't even try to convict him on. So that's just one dirtball. So there's just another fine example. But will they come up to try to speak to defend themselves? No, they're cowards. They hide behind lies and behind the media that silences our voice. So remember that. Not one politician's good in our Americas. Not one. Our law agencies, like these people and some people in politics said defund the police. I have to substantially agree, 100%. All should be defunded. Our public schools should be shut down. The convoluted story of the past should be thrown in the garbage, and we should rewrite history and teach our kids correctly. There's a lot of math and But most science is all gobbledygook, and in any education, in universities, at grade school level, doesn't matter. It's all convoluted crap. Uh, you know, George Washington with his wooden teeth and blah, 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 blah. I could go on for a week, month, and a year. But that's not the point. My point is, I want everybody to start looking at the red bricks in your own community, in your own town. Take pictures. Send them to these characters. You can send them to me. You can send them to... we need to create a big database. We need to all pull together. We need to donate. We need to donate, and we need to work as a team. And I believe if we work as a team, we could get the faith of the people that all funds will not be misappropriated. They'll be all to further educate people about the red brick realm, to further show everybody in the world that it's convoluted lies by a group of people that want to call themselves royals and elite. This is what I want to say. This is what I want to do. And I pray that all of us, as humans, I don't care what you are, black, white, red, yellow, green, it don't matter. We don't want no separation. We are one. And if we work as one, we can overcome these dirtbags who cause all this adversity in our lives with their hocus pocus and listen to what these dirtbags on ABC, NBC, CBS all say. And look, Fauci, he's stepping down from his dirtbag jab that he had since 1984. Isn't that funny? Pelosi has got on board in 84 too. They got a story about 1984 as well. Ain't that funny? But what do? They all just crap down our throats. Every one of them. Well, anyway, Fauci, he's stepping down. He gets approval from the FDA. His wife's one of the top-notch people there. See how that works, folks? And again, that ain't anti-Semitism. It's just looking at the pharmaceutical industry and them dirtbags involved. I don't care what race or creed they are. It has no bearing. They're dirt balls. So we looked at dirt. Who's got the most dirt in our Americas, and we see that they're dirt balls. So there it is, folks. And what did they pay for that? And what do they pay for taxes a year on that? Pennies on the dollar for what you pay. See? There's some more truth for you. So to all you people out there who are the wealthiest and come from the line who've raped this world, why don't you turn your hearts inside out and start becoming human? Human! You hoarders of land. You are the problem in this world. And I don't care what race you are or what you believe in. I'm looking at truth and red bricks. So there it is. Wake up and give. Some of you people, John Malone, Ted Turner, Emerson family, Stan Kroenig, Reed family, Irving family, Singleton family, Brad Kelly. Come on now. Give us a couple 100 million and let us start showing the world the truth. See, one of you can come right, and maybe you'd make a difference in this world. But instead you'll be greedy. You'll never get to the other side. Because when you try, I will be there to make sure that you will get to second death if you come through the Van Allen belt. Because there will be millions of us looking at you. You will never be able to enter the kingdom of heaven. That's what I say, and that's what I believe. I believe I am a red brick melted building believer. And I am tired of all these deceivers. This is Red Bricks Live. And we gotta cut it short because I gotta go shopping with my girl. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go shopping with my girl. So y'all have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. Well, I'll see you before Christmas, but until you want to say Happy Holidays, whatever you want to say, don't let them divide you about nothing. See, it's Merry Brickmas. Merry Brickmas to y'all from Red Brick Bob. if I don't see you before Christmas. God bless all of you. All you red brick people, no matter what you believe in. I think about you people who are telling the red brick truth. And you're always in my prayers and my thoughts. Good vibrations. All of you. I want no division. I believe you are the tribulation saints, if you will, shaking up the ground, waking up the people with the sound of truth. So call that what you want, but you are a strange and peculiar people, and we will tell the story with a fervent heat, with a laughing eagle, with a red brick chick, with the melted melt realm Mark, with a Tartarian meltdown with Yoakum, and our crazy forefather of the red brick story, Jerry DeCamp, when the buildings cried. He hates politicians a little more than the next guy, so you gotta forgive that. But if we could turn that anger into something positive to change this realm, we'd melt it again, just with his attitude. So, red bricks to you too, Jerry. You always got a spot in my heart. So, hope everything's going well, wherever you at, brother. All y'all, peace. From this red brick dick. Red brick Bob. Peace. And sorry if I didn't see the chat. I'm on a software where I can't see the chat. So I don't know if anyone showed up, but I didn't think no one would be in the chat. So if anyone was in the chat, I'll check later. Rock on, you red brick souls. Red brick building believers. I love y'all, man. Anyway, that's about it. I gotta go. My girl just said something. I want to smoke a big fat one before I go. You know how that goes. Peace. It's cold here too. So cold. Anyway, peace everybody. Red bricks. All the mountains are melted buildings. All of them, not some of them. Until next time.